आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
The question is, what are the assisted reproductive techniques practiced to help infertile couples? Describe any three techniques. So first we have to tell what are these techniques, and then we have to explain any three of them from our syllabus. So firstly, these art or assisted reproductive technologies, they are the special techniques that are known to help infertile couple bear child or to have children. So these are these assisted reproductive techniques are special techniques which help infertile couple to have children. Now, there are various arts are being used in today's scenario, and then we have to discuss these three. So, out of which the first one is going to be test tube baby program. In this method, the ova from wife or the healthy donor is taken outside the body, and then the sperm is taken from the father, and both these gametes, they are fused under simulated conditions in laboratory. The fusion is carried out in laboratory or a lab, and we call this very step of test tube baby program as the in vitro fertilization or the IVF technique. Further, the zygote that is formed need to be transferred within the uterus, so it is done by these two methods. The another part of this test tube baby program is the embryo transfer technique. The embryo transfer, and this embryo transfer technique itself can be of two type or can be done by two ways. One is the ZIFT, that stands for zygote intrafallopian transfer, and the IUT, that is intra uterine transfer. Now, what is the difference over here in ZIFT? The zygote or the embryo that has up to 8 blastomeres, that is transferred, or that is implanted, rather transferred into the fallopian tube. And then we know from fallopian tube it will go towards the uterus, and then it will get implanted into the uterine cavity. Whereas in IUT, that is intrauterine transfer, the zygote or the embryo with more than 8 blastomeres. In ZIFT it is up to 8, and in IUT more than 8 blastomeres. So embryo with more than 8 blastomeres, it is going to be transferred into the uterus or uterine cavity, and then that will get implanted within the endometrium. So this is the test tube baby program technique that comes or that completed in two phases. It is IVF and embryo transfer. Second technique, the second art technique is the gamete intrafallopian transfer or gift technique. That is the gamete intrafallopian transfer, and in this method the transfer of ovum is done from the ovum is collected first from the donor female, and then It is transferred to the female who cannot produce ova, who cannot produce ova, but she is capable of giving other suitable conditions for fertilization and development of the fetus up to parturition. So ovum is taken from a donor female and then it is transferred to the one who cannot produce the ova but can provide conditions for the embryonic development, gestation and all. So this is one technique. And third is the intracytoplasmic sperm injection. This is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. In this method, sperm is directly injected into the ovum. Sperm is directly injected into the ovum so that embryo can be formed in lab and then that embryo transfer is carried out. Another technique are also there like artificial insemination, and the technique is used when the males fail to inseminate the female successfully. In this, semen transfer is done either in uterus or into the vagina. So these are the techniques that could be helpful or that could assist a infertile couple. I hope this answered the question. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।